Group B, Mohammed did the book research, Joshua did the online research, Amy did the PowerPoint, Austin did the 10 questions, and I did the video. Professional baseball players are not allowed to trash talk their opponents in public, for example at press conferences and in interviews. A team reprimanded a player for tweeting disparaging remarks about an opponent. Is it reasonable for the team to include Twitter in the prohibition on trash talk? Is it prohibiting remarks on Twitter a violation of the player's freedom of speech? Do you have another interpretation or analysis of the situation? Explain your position. Alexander Davis, a reporter for USA Today, said, "Baseball urgently needs to reach younger fans, so it wants to join the conversations happening in social media, even the rough and tumble kinds. I think for one thing it shows you have a little personality," says Brian Sarabian, director of social media for the San Francisco Giants. "It's the age-old thing of fans talking trash and having fun in a good-natured way, and I think it's okay as long as it's in good taste. If it is in the terms and conditions of their contract, then they are legally binded to that, but as long as players know their limits, then there shouldn't really be much of an issue." Is it a violation of freedom of speech? From the official MLB rulebook on sportsmanlike conduct, no manager, player, substitute, coach, trainer, or bat boy shall at any time, whether from the bench, the coach's box, or on the playing field or elsewhere, use language which will in any manner refer to or reflect upon opposing players, an umpire, or any spectator. Violation of freedom of speech. From article on comparing rules to freedom of speech. Does your policy prohibit talking in an indecent manner? An employee has the right to criticize their employer's labor policies and treatment of its employees, so a provision warning employees to avoid harming the image and integrity of the company was unlawful. That being said, a blanket prohibition on harassment and bullying was acceptable. In other words, since this is a blanket prohibition on harassment and bullying, it is acceptable. However, there is no mention of the usage of social media or anything of that nature. Our interpretation. It is reasonable and not a violation if it is specified in the terms of agreement. If one agrees that they will not talk trash on Twitter, then they agree to it and it isn't running over their rights. However, if not specified, since this is a gray area, it should not be held against them. If the team wants to include it, then they should add it, but make it known that that is their decision and don't retroactively punish players for it.